Hello everyone, Derek Stam Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. As you can see, today we've got the Walmart exclusive Kenny Omega that just recently started hitting store shelves, alongside with a new Ricky Starks, or, newly debuted Ricky Sinks in NXT. But, taking a nice gander at this package, I didn't really get much of a side view. With these Walmart exclusives, I love how they're now doing like the blue foil on the packaging and on the name here. Really nice little detail that sets these apart from the actual main line figures, because I know a couple of the early Walmart exclusives, I want to say they were just using the Unrivaled gold foil or the unmatched gold foil, something of that nature. I can't remember exactly which one's which. I think unmatched is silver and then Unrivaled is gold. Hence, it says it right down there. But anywho, why don't I shut my damn mouth and we can get into this action figure review now, shall we? Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got this Kenny Omega out of his plastic prison, we can actually get into this action figure review. Of course, he comes with 3 different sets of interchangeable hands. Of course, sadly, one of those sets only includes one, but we've got his grapple / semi-weapon holding hands there on the figure. We've also got his open hands, your little slappy hands, slap the thigh when he hits the V trigger, or kind of his entrance posing hands too. But then you also have this new pointer gun finger, and I say it's new because all the pointer gun fingers I recall had the thumb out like you were getting ready to shoot the gun, just bing bing bing. Now it's at this angle, which is even nicer, because now if you really want to, you can kind of add that as a little bonus piece, like he stands there with the thumbs up and then bang, cocks it. I don't know, a nice little addition there for hands, but nothing too major. As well, let's be honest, all the major stuff is on the figure itself, starting off with this beautiful new head scan here. And I say beautiful because I am absolutely digging this new Kenny Omega head scan. Between the different colors in the hair, of course, blonde and brown. You've got the nice beard on there that doesn't look too messed up on my figure. The eyes are looking good. His forehead is nice and big, as it probably should be. And then, of course, coming down to the gear itself, you've got this beautiful gear. I don't know what it is inspired from. So if you guys know, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. But I just absolutely love the way this airbrush design is looking here. Just on the tights alone, you've got the little bits of green in there. You've got a nice little purplish violet color with some white. You got some nice blues in there. This attire is already a top-notch attire in my opinion. Mind you, articulation is also moving fairly well too. He is on pin-in legs, which is always a nice addition. Never gonna complain about the pins being there, just because when the pins are pinless, sometimes the joints are stiffness, if you get what I'm saying. But you got the nice little looking knee pads here, just simple and black on the back, but they've got these nice little spiraling designs here on the front, with what, I'm not gonna lie, I almost call a moon, but it's just another little circular spiral there. And then you've got the same sort of spirals on the top of the kick pads that go into a nice grayish white color with the blue. And the spirals are a bit more golden looking compared to the knee pads, but I think that's actually accurate. I don't know, maybe it's not, and the knee pads are just too dark of a color. Beats me, but these are the standard Kenny Omega kick pads that you usually see on Kenny Omega figures. I don't know, I don't have too many, but for instance, maybe they are a little bit different, because these ones, they have straps on the back as well. These ones do not. Mind you, this is the Supreme Kenny. We can take a nice little gander at that later. So maybe these boots are a little bit different. I don't know. I might have to pull out my Unrivaled Series B Kenny Omega and we'll have to do a nice little comparison there. But, you know, speaking of that, why don't we get into that now, shall we? Alrighty, you guys, just to show you real quick, they are kind of more like the Unrivaled Series B, one Series B boots, as they both do have straps on the back of the kick pads. I guess the Supreme Kenny just does not. I don't know if that's like a detail that was left out, or if it's 100% accurate for the Demon Slayer gear to not have it. But yeah, overall, these are all three of these attires are pretty big bangers. Of course, I don't have a torso and shit on the one, but you'll just have to mind me with that, because Kenny, the Supreme here, gets used on both the Kenny bodies, and we'll still probably end up using the Supreme torso on this one. But I am a little sad to say that the new skin tone definitely looks a hell of a lot better than the previous skin tone. But are we gonna get a, you know, like a Supreme with the updated skin tone at some point? Because I want to use this head on the Supreme body, but this head is so tan, I don't know if it'll look decent on the Supreme. But maybe we can test that out real quick. You know, all I can say is in person it doesn't really look all that bad, but on the camera you can definitely see the differences in the skin tone, which may throw it off a little bit. You know, you might not like it if you do this for yourself, but honestly, the Supreme torso on the new Walmart exclusive body, really not too bad. Really not too bad at all. Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got the Kenny Omega all posed up in his final pose, I know normally I announce it, but kind of figured we could just kind of skip straight into the final pose. And he falls over. Sad, but true. Well, hopefully he doesn't continuously fall over, because he was holding that pose fairly well for a hot minute there. So let's see if we can keep this at least going for a few more minutes. But this Kenny Omega here, you know, I am absolutely loving it. As you can probably tell from my excitement in this video, I love the gear. I still want the new, like, unmatched Kenny in the black and blue gear. But this Kenny Omega honestly is a really sick figure, and for the price you'll pay on Walmart, I mean, I'd say it's fairly worth it, just because I think on my Walmart, like, website or whatever for the area I'm in, it was only like 19 something, and then plus tax and stuff, probably bringing it up a little bit over like 20-ish bucks or so. Honestly, not a bad price for a bad ass figure nonetheless, because, you know, amongst all the different little upgrades on top of the nice looking attire, because we have the new skin tone as well, this Kenny Omega could very easily be one of the new better Kenny Omegas that are out there. Of course, you've got a lot of different gear choices and a lot of different, like, feelings on the figures, I'm sure, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to this one, I am going to definitely be ranking this one high. Speaking of high, one of my RVD. Speaking of rankings, why don't we get into the rankings now? So, on the scale of 1 to 10, and on the 1 to 5 stars Dave Meltzer rating, the 1 to Young Buck match as I tend to call it here, we've got, honestly, a pretty damn phenomenal figure. And with how great this figure is for what it is, I'm gonna be ranking this one really high. I know I gave Willy Boy here, what was it, like a 8.5 yesterday? Maybe 9.5? I don't know, I can't exactly remember. You should go check that review out yourself as well if you guys didn't. Mind you, I did pick this up as well to kind of replace the third review of the week that was supposed to be an Elite 13 CM Punk. I did get a replacement ordered, so should hopefully have a Elite 13 CM Punk here soon. Still waiting for my refund to hit from the Amazon mess up there, as I'm still gonna call it, Amazon scam, because that was wild. I can't believe I got big swapped through Amazon of all places. Well, learned my lesson. May not pick up as much through Amazon anymore, even if it means I have to spend a few extra dollars through like Ringside or whatever. I don't care. Just because Amazon, you fucked with me once with my Adam Cole. You fucked with me twice with this CM Punk. I don't think I can give you that third opportunity. This ain't baseball, brother. Anyway, let me shut the hell up. I'm rambling on a little too long. I said we were going to rank this figure. Let's get into that. I'm giving this bad boy a solid 9 point... I think a good solid 9.5 works. This damn figure is pretty damn perfect. But, maybe a couple more accessories would have flew this, this figure way out of proportion. This figure could have been hitting the 6-star scale, the 7-star scale, maybe even an 8-star scale, because Dave Meltzer breaks his scales all the time now, so we might as well break our scales at some point. But with a good old solid 9 out of 5, 9.5 out of 10, the Dave Meltzer star ratings, we have to give him a good solid 4.5 out of 5 stars, and I think that is reasonably so. If you guys get your hands on this figure, you'll probably understand why, but at least for my figure, this is really, really damn good. I am super impressed with this, especially compared to how easily he articulates compared to Will Ospreay here, which is kind of a reason why he may not be scaling so high on top of that little smudge there on his face, but we won't talk about that. Anywho, with all that being said, why don't we start signing out of here, because I don't really have all that much more left to say. So if you guys would like to, feel free to like the video if you guys liked the video. If you guys did not like the video, womp womp I guess, but if you guys did like the video, feel free to go check out a lot more of my other content here, as we have, plentiful content here on YouTube. We've got reviews, we've got unboxings, we've got pick fed content, which is currently at 39 views. That should probably have a lot more views on it for that episode, in my opinion, because it was a banger episode. And if you don't think so, well, maybe you don't like watching grown men pose their figures. I don't know what to tell you at all. But feel free to go check out any of those videos, plus some of the random videos I've posted out there, like fixing Mattel Elite legs in the modern day because the Vietnam factory doesn't know how to keep their quality control in check. But on top of that, maybe if you guys could, on top of the like, if you do like, feel free to, subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe. And I'm not going to sit here and hit you with the, in the arms of the angel song asking for a donation. I don't need your money. I don't need your moolah. That subscription would definitely help out enough, as getting subscribers is definitely a big motivation to keep me doing this here. As without you guys subscribing, without you guys liking, without you guys even leaving a comment, where's the motivation? It all comes from me. So from me to you, thank you guys for keeping me motivated, especially on the trail to 400, as we did recently hit 350 subs. So keep adding up to that number, and I appreciate you all. On top of that, just a small little announcement for the Pick Fed. I am thinking about doing another live event series, just another little small series to get some more matches out there before Armageddon. So, what would you guys like to see? Would you guys like to see that? Maybe you wouldn't, but if you did stick around long enough to answer that, leave that comment in the comment section below. On that note, though, I am out of here. So, deuces, ooses, yeet.